Unfortunately, they were willing to surrender to literally anybody except for the old bastards. Bear in mind, we're back in the Philippines. These Japanese soldiers hiding up in the mountains in Cebu are the remnants of what was left after the Battle of Leyte, when the 77th went on a 2-month-long rampage, destroying everything. Now, to be fair, we don't know for sure why these guys were willing to surrender to literally anybody except for the old bastards. Maybe it was because they remembered a bunch of middle-aged men with a blue Statue of Liberty patch on their shoulder whooping their ass, and they just didn't want to surrender to them, or I have an alternative theory. You see, along this entire journey, the 77th has not only gained a reputation for being extremely effective in combat, but they've also gained a reputation for kind of sort of not really taking a whole lot of prisoners compared to everybody else. Now, bear in mind, this is the Imperial Japanese. Not many of these guys got taken as prisoner because they would rather die in combat than lose their honor by surrendering. Despite that, out of all the POWs that were taken, the 77th somehow managed to take on the least. You know what? Let me just read you guys the stats and you can come to your own conclusions. For all of the Pacific Theater across all branches of the US military, approximately 50,000 Japanese POWs were taken. That is a ratio of 44-1. For every 45 enemy soldiers that the American forces came up against, 44 of them were killed in action and 1 was taken prisoner. The 77th Infantry Division, on the other hand, only managed to take 358 POWs, which is a ratio of 122-1. And it gets way worse if you want to talk about the Battle of Okinawa in particular. During the Battle of Okinawa, all of the US forces combined took a total of 10,801 Japanese prisoners of war. That is a 10-1 ratio. Of those 10,801 POWs taken by the US forces at the Battle of Okinawa, the 77th ID was responsible for 58 of them at a ratio of 278-1 compared to the US Armed Forces ratio of 10-1. Okay, now to be completely honest, I have no idea why it's like that. Perhaps it's because the old bastards displayed exceptional rifle marksmanship. Maybe it's the fact that they took the jungle warfare lesson of if they don't stink, stick them to heart, and they followed through with that throughout the entire war. Either way, the fact of the matter is they've developed the reputation that they don't really take prisoners, and now there's 5,500 Japanese soldiers hiding up in the mountains that are too scared to surrender to the 77th ID, and they need them to surrender so that they can finally go home and mow their lawn after like 4 years.
You always start before everyone wakes up, including roosters.